The film I chose is called Memento. It was released in 2000 and is a mystery thriller. We follow a man named Lenny, or Leonard Shelby, who is hunting down the man who raped and murdered his wife. The issue, and one of the main plot points, is our main character, Leonard, suffers from short-term memory loss. The cinematographer of Memento is Walter C. Feister. He is an American cinematographer. His body of work consists of The Italian Job, Moneyball, The Dark Knight trilogy, The Prestige, and Inception, just to name a few. In an interview from Movie Clips, he stated that when working with Christopher Nolan, the director of Memento, he likes to keep the shot simple. Just a camera with a shoulder mount, while using existing light and a key light and dolly if need be. The first scene I chose is at time code 3626. Leonard and Natalie are in bed together at night. I find it difficult to light a night scene compellingly, especially when it involves more than one person, because you have to account for the blocking of the actors, so that they are not in each other's shadow. The style of this shot is represented throughout the film with a pleasant wide angle to establish where the actors are and what's going on. The color temperature of the lights are around 7,000 to 8,000 kelvins in order to replicate moonlight, hence the color being a cool blue. The lighting choice also sets the mood to implicate that Leonard and Natalie are not lovers even though they are sleeping together. The color blue implies how cold he is being towards Natalie. There is one light source coming from the window, and they are using it as a practical light to suggest that it is moonlight. The light position far away from the actors, so the quality is harsh due to the drastic deep shadows being cast across their faces, which comes from a low-key lighting setup, being that there is such a strong contrast in a few number of light sources, making the scene overall very moody and film noir-like. The scene is very compelling because we, the audience, get some more insight to who Leonard is and his motives. He is still grappling with the loss of his wife, shown by him being up at night, while Natalie is resting. As the camera pushes in, we zoom in to a close-up shot of Leonard from a wide, while we hear him internally monologuing to us. The wide angle shows him and Natalie together in bed, but despite being so close to another woman, he really has distanced himself from her. As the camera slowly zooms up to his face, we fully understand he is inside his own mind, alone, thinking about his deceased wife, wishing for his old life back. My second scene I chose is at time code 14400. It is shot in an abandoned warehouse during midday to afternoon. This is where Teddy, or John Edward Gamble, explains to Leonard who he truly is, what he's become, and how he has been living a lie, thinking that his wife's killer is still out there, but in reality, Leonard has already killed him. The problem is that for Leonard, without this passion for revenge, his life will render utter meaningless for himself, because he could never remember his past or future actions. Also, I particularly like this scene in the film because the truth is revealed to the audience right where the film began. The style of this scene is shot simply with two cameras on a shoulder mount, cutting back and forth between both characters, which is how majority of this film was shot. This scene skews more towards a high-key lighting setup, but is not flat. There are multiple pools of light which give a dynamic look to the scene. The colors are slightly warmer, around 45,000 kelvins. The scene is shot using one existing light source, being the sun, but it has multiple practicals in the shot, coming from both ends of the hallway and out from the side hole in the wall, making for a total of 3 lights. The slight warmth to this shot towards the end of the film might imply hope, change, and optimism for Leonard. Now, since he has heard the truth, he might start anew and move on from his wife's death. But this is not the case, as he continues to tell himself lies, on the hunt for the next John G. Thank you for listening to my take on Memento and the 2 scenes I decided to extrapolate upon. I hope you enjoyed it and take care.